Hi Virgos, and welcome to your February 2022 General Tarot Forecast. This is Sky, coming on to talk to you about your month ahead of February. We are moving pretty quickly today, Virgos, as it is a new year. It is Aquarius season as I'm coming to you, which is always a time of new ideas for Virgo and perhaps a conflict in concept and perhaps a bit of conflict in general, as many of us are kind of in a height of friction coming out of January as we prepare for all planets direct. And as we prepare to give ourselves the freedom and mobility to actually make real progress in our lives, I feel like your sign is going to be moving so fast and so progressively throughout the month of February. I'm so happy to be here with you all. So as you know, if you're new to the channel, I do a series of intuitive messages for your sign for the month. Then I do a week-to-week tarot forecast followed by an extended reading on Patreon, which will be linked below. So let's dive in, Virgo. So as you've seen perhaps from some of the other videos, All Planets Direct starts in February, and we really have to know the way of the future and the way that the long-running momentum is going to move for us, okay? So you can really start to understand what the last 5 to 10 years means and how you can use it or allow it to be a major springboard for you on the oncoming time. So I feel Virgo to have kind of had their head low or to have kind of been, you know, playing things really safe, being very tentative. And it's really interesting. As a lot of you know, before I do the reading for the month ahead for any sign, I will tend to go through my day and kind of, work with the universe and understand what does this sign need to know. And I let synchronicity kind of show me the way forward for any reading that I'm doing. And for Virgo, it felt like, wow, you didn't expect how powerful you're about to become, or you didn't expect like just how many people were willing to support these new ideas that you have. There's a major clicking point here even by now, or at the latest by like the middle of the month of February. There's a major click like, wow, I have this much in my life and I might have not really been actually using the power that I have, or I might not have really been allowing myself to partake in the wealth that is already here. Instead, maybe I was trying so hard to like climb a career ladder or trying so hard to generate something out of nothing when I already had everything I needed. So here in February, Virgo, there's a great opportunity for you to understand what you already have and what you can use, relationships or long-running security, how you can leverage that for the reality that you really want. The universe is going to ask us in the year of 2022 to finish some stuff up, especially if you're an earth sign. You know, with Uranus and Taurus, Pluto and Capricorn, there's a lot of real-world culmination coming for the earth signs this year. And the universe wants us to still work pretty hard this year in 2022, but in 2023, okay, there's a need to have an easier time. There's a need to rest in the hard work that you did and allow a payoff or allow a level up from what you were going through before. So you're generating a lot of culminations during this time, and I want you guys to get excited. You know, as I feel the energy, regardless of what the tarot reading is saying, regardless of what you're seeing in your life, I feel that the universe still wants quite a bit of hard work from you, but it also wants you to know that at some point in time there's a shift, or at some point in time there's a completion of a bridge to a reality that you want, not a reality that you have to do to get by, not a reality that you feel other people are entitled to from you just to pay your bills or just to make other people happy or just to pacify others. So that space between the need to just pacify others and the need to actually be in a reality that you want to be in as a Virgo, that is actually right for you, is really the linchpin of this time. And it's important to be dialoguing in your mind like what both of those are and really cultivate it or spell it out for yourself. Like, okay, this action or this job or this focus is me trying to pacify other people and is me trying to get by. Okay, and then this one over here, this focus, this train of thought, this series of events is what I actually want, is what is feeling good to my soul, is what doesn't have so much conflict. And being able to separate them will be the perfect way to channel this hybrid energy that we're in right now. And it feels so beautiful for you to really define what that is. So definition is your keyword in the month of February. Let's get into your week to week, Virgo. Week number 1, 5 of Cups, rooted down by Queen of Cups. Emotional purging. You're like, oh my God, I spent so much time working as like a servant for another person. I spent so much time out of like my life and in the life of like someone else, like living in this like really weird hierarchical system. And you need to spend some time in the first week of February acknowledging that and looking at that. But only like the first week, okay? You don't want to focus for too long on the pessimistic stuff. You want to know what the bad stuff was, but you don't want to stay there for too long. You want to allow it to really start to heal. So week number 2, 6 of Pentacles, rooted down by Knight of Swords. There's a renegotiation, okay? You're negotiating in the second week. You're working with contracts, perhaps. Maybe you're redoing your own contract for the rest of the year, like what you're going to do, what you expect of yourself, and what you're going to follow through on, what you're going to commit to. And I think things have to go faster. So whatever you can do to speed up your commitments and to speed up what you're dealing with will be best, okay? So that you can, again, focus on defining some of these areas in your life that you need to define more. Week number 3, you've got the 6 of Swords rooted down by the 5 of Swords. Okay, so there's this kind of like mental maze that is coming to a head in the third week of February, right at the cusp of Aquarius and Pisces. So we're getting back towards your axis. Pisces is your opposite sign, so it's one of the most activated times of the year for you. Know as a Virgo that you do have some transitions to make, okay? You have some ego-related things to work on. I'm not saying that your ego is out of line, but if you are feeling like super egotistical, if you're feeling like you gotta, take over the world, if you're feeling like you've got to be in control of something or be the victor in every case, competitiveness, okay, can come up during this time. You kind of want to sail out of that and sail more directly into like how you can provide for another in a really wholesome way, or how you can actually transcend these competitive streaks, okay? The year of 2022, year of the Tiger, which we are in starting in the month of February 1st starts the Tiger year, is the most competitive sign of the Chinese zodiac. Also, Dragon is quite competitive, and Horse can be quite competitive as well. But I find Tiger to probably be the most competitive. Or at least the most openly competitive. So you could be seeing open competition in your life. You could be seeing open, like people aren't even trying to hide it. They're not, and that's a positive of this year. Like it's really hard to have like hidden detractors or hidden, people who are out to get you. There's nothing like that. Okay, this year, this is a very open time. And it's kind of also asking like, what can you do? Can you do like more than one thing at a time? How good of a multitasker are you? There could be a competitiveness around the way in which you're able to multitask, or the way in which you're able to do multiple things at once. Yes. But the sort of erratic mind stuff that we've been dealing with since 2020, that wants to transcend you. Okay, you're called to transcend out of that in the third week of February. So whatever you can do to calm the mind, to not be in fear, to get confirmation that you need, to run stuff by people is best. And week number 4, you've got the 8 of Pentacles reversed, rooted down by the Sun. So projects of love, labors of love. Again, this is in alignment with like defining what is like a soul suck of other people onto you and what is like what you are actually wanting to do. You're getting into that second place. You're getting into that area of like what you actually like. I love seeing the Sun as your only major arcana card this month, because it's kind of like you're not super activated in February alone, but what is activated is very bright and honest, very solar plexus, very heart oriented. Okay, and those are the chakras I would focus on if I were a Virgo, would be heart and solar plexus. I would not be so much in crown or third eye, where it's like trying to strategize, where it's trying to like empower itself, where it's trying to like level up through its own, intelligence or its own strategic edge. That should be concluding. And this needs to be more of a heart solar plexus thing. Like, I want to see good experiences for myself. I don't want to be in an industry that is cutthroat. I don't want to be in a ego game with myself, okay? So that seems to be the main thing that you're transcending and defining in the month of February, is overcoming a certain ego game, really being able to separate what is your wish for your life and other people's wishes for your life, being able to separate those things is vital during this time. And I'm going to conclude your reading on that note, Virgo. I know it's shorter this month, but I am moving quickly. I'm going to do an extended reading for you on Patreon, though. I will pull out a central theme, 2 supporting themes, and an overarching significator card to further define what's coming up for you. And we'll talk more about these, how to define more clearly, especially if you're feeling confusion or if you're feeling like you don't really know, because that is what sometimes happens when we are so much of our life working for other people. We start to confuse like what other people's interests are versus our own. So let's talk about that in your extended reading. It'll be linked below and in the center of your screen. Much love. Have a great month, Virgos. Bye.